Liminal spaces. If you've ever been on the internet, there's a high chance that you've come across images like these. These images give off an eerie or familiar feeling, like you've been there before or you've seen that image before, though you know you haven't. These images are called liminal spaces. To answer the question of why liminal spaces feel familiar, I think we first have to see what gives a liminal space photo that feeling of familiarity or eeriness. Let's first look at some examples. You might have seen this photo before, as it is a staple in the liminal space community. It consists of a stairway, a doorway, and a kitchen area. Now, why is this picture so liminal? The emptiness of the photo is what makes it unique from other photos, as well as the bad camera quality. It gives off the feeling that it's from your childhood, as it could be an image that was taken by your father on the family camera. The kitchen area to the right has blue lighting, which gives a sad tone to it. On the other hand, the doorway is filled with darkness, giving you that eerie feeling. What we gathered from observing that photo is that liminal spaces must have these features: an eerie and dark place in the photo, bad camera quality, the exclusion of living creatures, and sad lighting. To test our theory, let's look at another liminal photo. This is another liminal photo of a gas station surrounded by snow. Let's see if our theory is correct. The liminal space consists of an eerie and dark place taking over the background. It has bad camera quality and there is no sign of living creatures in the photo. It has sad blue lighting given off by the gas station. Let's look at this photo as another example. The pool rooms are another big category of liminal space photos. These photos show pools that have impossible architecture, as these pools couldn't exist in the real world, whether that's because of their impossibly long corridors or their odd placement of slides. Back to our example photo. The photo has an eerie and dark corridor. It does not have any signs of life. Since it is a rendered photo, it has good camera quality, and it does not have sad lighting. It didn't meet two of our requirements, but is still a liminal photo. Why? Let's look at another photo. This photo was taken in Paradis, Iran, and has something extremely unsettling about it. Which brings me to my next point: impossible architecture. Impossible architecture is one of the factors that turns a normal photo to a liminal one. The reason I didn't state it earlier is one of the rules of making a liminal photo is because impossible architecture doesn't have to be in the photo. Just as sad lighting or bad camera quality doesn't make or break a liminal space. So what we've gathered is a liminal space photo must consist of the exclusion of living creatures, while bad camera quality, darkness, sad lighting, and impossible architecture are options that would make the liminal photo feel more uncanny or familiar. Now that we know what liminal photos consist of, I'll be moving on to answering the question in the title. Why do liminal spaces seem familiar? The sense of familiarity gives you a feeling of nostalgia, but why? The main reason could be because of the bad camera quality and emptiness, like you're revisiting a memory from your childhood, like the picture of a dark mall, the picture of a suburban neighborhood, or the picture of a room inside a house. But what about photos like the pool rooms or the city of Paradis? As I said before, liminal spaces are familiar and uncanny, but they don't have to give off the two feelings at the same time. For example, the pool rooms don't have a sense of familiarity to them since you have never experienced being in such pools with weird architecture, but the photo of the gas station might be familiar because it reminded you of when you were a kid and were on a road trip with your family, stopping by at a gas station to refuel. It is similar yet uncanny because of the shrouding darkness, as if something has tampered your memories, so it looks familiar yet different at the same time. These two categories of uncanny and nostalgic liminal spaces are similar to each other but invoke a different feeling in the viewer. Like the image of the backrooms, it gives the viewer an uncanny feeling, but the image of the mall gives the viewer a more nostalgic feeling. I think that the main reason that liminal spaces give you the sense of nostalgia depends on the viewer's past experiences. For example, somebody who's lived in a city full of apartments might find big structures or seemingly unending hallways more nostalgic. A person who lives in a suburban neighborhood might find the image of a neighborhood filled with never ending two-story houses more nostalgic. In the end, we have a common theme that we always go back to because we shared the experience when we were children. For example, liminal bedrooms might remind you of when you were visiting a friend's house, or liminal malls might remind you of when you went shopping with your family. It is a shared experience that we had as children, therefore, we find peace and comfort in those photos because of what blissful lives we used to live back then, when there wasn't any stress that was getting in the way, like exams or bills. Back then, existing was enough, and that's why we find comfort in these photos. If you made it this far, congratulations, you made it to the end. I have another liminal space themed video in the making, so make sure you're looking out for that. I wanted to thank you all for making it to the end of the video, as it helps out a lot with the performance of the video. If you have any other liminal themed ideas you would want me to explore, please leave them in the comments because I might see them. Thank you for watching.